What? Thomas? Short is he? Thomas?
Hey, odds life, Mr. Fagg, my old fellow servant.
Oh, I'm devilishly glad to see you. Who the deuce thought of seeing you in Bath?
Sure, Master, Madam Julia, Harry, Mrs. Kate and the postilion be all come.
Indeed.
Master thought that another fit of the gout was coming to see him, so he gave it the slip and we were off at an hour's warning.
Aye, aye. Hasty and everything, or it would not be so, Anthony Absolute.
Sir Anthony will stare to see the captain here.
I do not serve Captain Absolute now.
Why, sure.
At present, I'm employed by Ensign Beverley.
I doubt, Mr. Fagg, you hadn't changed for the better.
I haven't changed, Thomas.
No? Why didn't you say you had left young Master?
Well, honest, Thomas, I shall puzzle you no further. Captain Absolute and Ensign Beverley are one and the same person.
The devil they are.
So it is indeed. And the ensign, half of my captain, being on guard at present, the captain has nothing to do with me.
So, what this is some freak, I warrant. Do tell us, Mr. Fagg, the meaning of it. I hadn't trusted you.
You'll be secret, Thomas.
As a coach horse.
Why, the cause of all of this is love. Love, Thomas. And my master, who, as you may get read to you, has been a masquerader ever since the days of Jupiter.
Aye, I guess there was a lady in the case. But pray, why does your master pass only for ensign, now if he'd sham general indeed?
Well, there lies a mystery of the matter. My master is in love with a lady of very singular taste. A lady who likes him better as half a pay ensign than if she knew he was son and heir to Sir Anthony Absolute, a baronet of 3,000 a year.
Now that is an odd taste, but does she have the stuff, Mr. Fagg, eh? Is she rich?
Rich? Ah, I believe she owns half the stocks. Zounds! Thomas, she could pay the national debt as easy as I could my washerwoman.
Bravo, faith. Odd, I warrant she has a set of thousands. But does she draw kindly with the captain?
As fond as pigeons.
May I hear her name?
Miss Lydia Languish. But there is an old tough aunt in the way. Though, by the by, she has never seen my master, for we got acquainted with Miss while on a visit in Gloucestershire.
Well, I wish they were once harnessed in matrimony. But pray, Mr. Fagg, what kind of a place is this Bath? I hadn't heard a deal of it. Here's a mortal mere merrymaking, eh?
Pretty well, Thomas. Pretty well. 'Tis a good lounge. In the morning, we go to the pump room, though neither my master nor I drink the waters. After breakfast, we saunter on the parades, or have a game of billiards. At night, we dance. But damn the place, I'm tired of it. The regular hours stupefy me. Not a fiddle nor a card after 11. Though, however, Mr. Falkland's gentleman and I keep it up a little in the private parties. I'll introduce you there, Thomas. You'll like him much.
Sure, I know Mr. Dupang. Did you know he was supposed to marry Madam Julia?
I had forgot. But Thomas, you must polish a little. Indeed you must. Here now.
More's the pity. The lawyers and doctors will do as they will.
Well, Thomas, we'll not quarrel about this.
Zooks, is that the captain?
No, that's Madam Lucy, my master's mistress's maid.
Ah,
They lodge at that house over there. But I must after him to tell him the news.
odd Mr. Fagg, he's giving her money.
Goodbye, Thomas. I have a meeting this evening at Guide's Porch. Meet me there and we'll make a little party.
Guide's porch at 8. Indeed, Mum. I traversed half the town in search of it. I don't believe there's a circulating library in Bath I haven't been at.
But you're not able to get the reward of constancy?
No, indeed, Mum.
Nor faithful connection?
No, indeed, Mum.
Nor the mistakes of the heart?
No, it's the old habit. Miss Suki Saunter just fetched it away.
Hey ho. Did you inquire for the delicate distress?
Or the memoirs of Lady Woodford. Yes, indeed, Mum. I would have got it from Mr. Fredericks, but Miss Suki Saunter had just fetched it away. It was so soiled and doggy that I didn't think it was right for a Christian to read.
Hey ho. Yes, I always knew when Lady Slatton had borrowed a book before me. She had the most observant film, and I believe cherished and veiled for the convenience of making marginal notes. Well, child, what have you brought me?
Oh, here, Mum. This is the Gordian knot. Humphrey Clinker. This is Peregrine Pickle. The Memoirs of a Lady of Quality, written by herself. And the Tears of Sensibility. Here is the second volume of the Sentimental Journey. Humphrey Clinker. And the Tears of Sensibility. The Memoirs of a Lady of Quality, written by herself. Humphrey Clinker. And here is the second volume of the Sentimental Journey.
Very well. What did I do with my glass?
That is only the whole duty of man where I press a few blinds, Mum.
Oh, very well. Get me this volatile.
Is that the one in the blue cover?
This is smelling bottle you civil to.
Oh, the drops.
Hold. Is someone coming? Quick, see who it is. I'm sure I heard my cousin Julia's voice. My dearest Julia, how delighted I am. How unexpected was this happiness?
Julia, dear, our pleasure is greater. What has been the matter? You were delighted to us.
Ah, Julia, I have 1,000 things to tell you. First inform me, what has conjured you to Bath? Is Sir Anthony here?
Yes, he is. We arrived within the hour, and I'm sure he'll be here to wait upon Mrs. Malaprop as soon as he is dressed.
Then before you interrupted, let me impart to you some of my distress. My letters have informed you of my whole connection with Beverly. But I've lost him, Julia. My aunt has discovered our intercourse by a note she intercepted and has confined me ever since. But yet, would you believe it? She's absolutely fallen in love with a tall Irish baronet she met one night since we've been here, at Lady McShuffle's rout.
You jest.
No, upon my word. She carries on a kind of correspondence with him, under a fake name. You know, till she chooses to be known to him. But it is a Delia? A Celia? I assure you.
But surely now she is more indulgent to her niece.
Quite the contrary. Since she's discovered her own fertility, she's become more suspicious of mine. And yet, I should inform you of another plague. That audacious egg is to be in Bath today. So that to protest, I should be teased out of all spirits.
Come, Lydia. Hope for the best. Sir Anthony shall use his interest with Mrs. Malaprop.
But you have not heard the worst. I have quarrelled with my poor Beverly, just before my aunt made the discovery, and have not seen him since to make it up.
What was his offence?
Nothing at all. But I don't know how often it was as we have been together. We have never had a quarrel, and somehow I was afraid he'd never give me an opportunity. So last Thursday, I wrote a letter to myself to inform myself that Beverly was at the time paying his addresses to another woman. I signed it, Your Friend Unknown. Showed it to Beverly, charged him with the falsehood, put myself in a violent passion and vowed I'd never see him more.
And you let him depart so, and have not seen him since?
'Twas the next day my aunt found the matter out. I only intended to tease him 3 days and a half. But now I've lost him forever, Julia.
If he is as considerate and deserving as you've represented him to me, he will not give up on you. Yet consider, Lydia, you say he's but an ensign, and yet you have £30,000.
But you know I lose most of my fortune if I was to marry without my aunt's consent.
Nay, this is caprice.
What? Does Julia tax me with caprice? I thought her love of Falkland had inured her to it.
I do not love even his faults.
Well, I cannot blame you for defending him. But tell me candidly, Julia, had he never saved your life, do you think you should have been attached to him as you were? Believe me, the rude blast that overset your boat was a prosperous gale of love to him.
Gratitude may have strengthened my attachment to Mr. Falkland, but I loved him before he preserved me. Yet surely now it was an obligation sufficient.
Obligation? Why, a water spaniel would have done as much. Well, I should never think of giving my heart to a man because he could swim. Nay, I do but jest. What's here?
Come on, here is Sir Anthony, just come home with your aunt.
Then I've come here. Lizzie, do you watch?
Yet I must go. Sir Anthony does not know my being. If we meet, he detain me straight in town. I shall pay my respects to Mrs. Malaprop, and she will select her words so ingeniously to be misapplied and mispronounced. Adieu.
Oh, Lord, Mum, they're both coming up the stairs.
Hide these books. Quick, quick. Play the peregrine pickle under the toilet. Further, put a random into the closet. Put the innocent dog drawer behind the bottom there. Thrust the broad end to her into the hole to be man. Put the man of feeling into your pocket. Pass 1, 2, and 3. Put Mrs. Poe's letters. Open. And go get Fordyce's sermons.
Oh, burn it, Mum, the hairdresser's torn away as far as proper pride.
Well, never mind. Open at sobriety. Bring me Lord Chesterfield's letters. Now for them.
There, Sir Anthony! There sits the deliberate simpleton who wants to disgrace her family and lavish herself on a fellow not worth a shilling.
Madam, I thought you once...
You thought, miss. I don't know any business you have to think at all. Thought does not become a young woman. But the point I would request of you is that you will promise to forget this fellow, to illiterate him, I say, quite from your memory.
Oh, madam. Our thoughts are so independent of our wills. It is not so easy to forget.
But I say it is. There's nothing on earth so easy to forget. The person chooses to set about it. I'm sure I have as much forgot your poor dear uncle as if he had never existed. I thought it my duty to do so. And let me tell you, Lydia, these violent memories don't become a young woman.
Why, sure, she won't pretend to remember what she's ordered not. This comes of her reading.
What crime, madam, have I committed to be treated thus?
Now don't attempt to extirpate yourself from the matter. You know I have proof controvertible of it. But tell me, will you promise to do as you're bid? Will you take a husband of your friend's choosing?
Madam, I must tell you plainly, the one you have chosen shall be my aversion.
What business have you, missus, with preference and aversion? They don't become a young woman. And you ought to know it's both always wear off. It is safest in matrimony to begin with a little aversion. I'm sure I hated your poor dear uncle before marriage as if he'd been a blackamoor. And yet, miss, you are sensible what a wife I made, and will it please heaven to release me from him? 'Tis unknown what tears I shed. But suppose we were going to give you another choice. Will you promise us to give up this family?
Could I belie my faults so far as to give that promise? My actions were certainly below my words.
Take yourself to your room! You are fit company for nothing but your own ill humours.
Willingly, ma'am. I cannot change for the worse.
There's a little intricate hussy for you.
It's not to be wondered at, ma'am. All this is the natural consequence of teaching girls to read. Had I 1,000 daughters by heaven, I'd soon have taught them the black art as their alphabet.
Nay, Sir Anthony, you're an absolute misanthropy.
In my way hither, Mrs. Malaprop, I observed your niece's maid coming forth from a circulating library. She had a book in each hand, half-bound volumes with marble covers. From that moment I guessed how full of duty I should see her mistress.
Those are vile places indeed.
Madam, a circulating library in a town is an evergreen tree of diabolical knowledge. It blossoms through the year, and depend on it, those who are so fond of handling the leaves will long for the fruit at last.
Oh, Anthony, you speak laconically, I'm sure. I assure you. Now, Sir Anthony, I must tell you, we are under no positive engagement with Mr. Akers, and as Lydia is so obstinate against him, perhaps your son may have better success.
Well, madam, I will write for my boy directly. He knows not a syllable of this yet, but I've had the proposal sometime in my head. He's at present with his regiment.
We have never seen your son, Sir Anthony, but I hope no objection on his side.
Objection! Let him object if he dare! No, Jack knows that any demur puts me in a frenzy! My process was always very simple. In their younger days, it was always Jack. Do this. If he demurred, I knocked him down!
Oh, the properest way. Nothing so conciliating to young people as severity. I hope you will represent her to the captain as an object not altogether illegible.
Madam, I will handle the subject prudently. Oh well, let me give you some advice. Keep a tight hand. If she rejects this proposal, clap her under lock and key. If you just to let the servants forget to bring her dinner for 3 days, you can't conceive how she'd come around. Good day.
At any rate, I should be glad to get her out from under my intuition. She has somehow discovered my partiality for Sir Lucius O'Trigger. Sure, Lucy can't have betrayed me. No, the girl is such a simpleton. I should have made her confess it. Lucy! Lucy! Had she one of your artificial ones, I should never have trusted her.
Did you call, Mum?
Yes, girl. Did you see Sir Lucius while you was out?
No, indeed, Mum. Not a glimpse of him.
You're sure, Lucy? You never mentioned.
Oh, Gemini, I'd sooner cut my tongue out.
Well, don't let your simplicity be imposed on.
No, Mum.
So come to me presently, and I'll give you another letter to Sir Lucius. But mind, Lucy, if you ever betray what you are entrusted with, unless it be other people's secrets to me, you forfeit my malevolence forever, and your being simpleton should be no excuse for your locality. Off I go.
So, my dear Simplicity, let me give you a little respite. Let girls of my station be as fond as they please of appearing expert, and knowing in their trusts commend me to a mask of silliness and a pair of sharp eyes for my own interest under it. Let me see to what account I turned to my simplicity lately. For abetting Miss Lydia Languish in a design of running away with an ensign, in money, sundry times, £12.12, gowns 5, hats, ruffles, caps, numberless. From the said ensign within this last month, 6 guineas and a half, about a quarter's pay. Item from Mrs. Malprop for betraying the young people to her, when I found matters were likely to be discovered, 2 guineas and a black paduasoy. Item from Mr. Akers for carrying divers letters, which I never delivered, 2 guineas and a pair of buckles. Item from Sir Lucius O'Trigger, 3 crowns, 2 gold pocket pieces and a silver snuff box. Well done, Simplicity. Yet I was forced to make my Hibernian believe that he was corresponding not with the aunt but with the niece, for though not out of rich, I found he had too much pride and delicacy to sacrifice the feelings of a gentleman to the necessities of his fortune.
Sir, while he was there, Sir Anthony came in. I told him he sent me to inquire after his health, and if he was at leisure to see you.
And what did you say on hearing I was at Rogoth?
Sir, I've never seen a gentleman more astonished in all my life. He started back 2 or 3 paces, rapped out a couple of injunctional oaths, and asked what had brought you here.
Well, sir, and what did you say?
Oh, I lied, sir. I forgot the precious lie. But you may depend on it. You see, he got no truth from me. But, for fear of blunders in future, I should fix this comfort as the bath, so that we might lie little consistent. But his servants, very curious indeed.
You have said nothing to them?
Not a word, sir. Not a word. Mr. Thomas.
Mr. Thomas.
Indeed, the coachman, who I take to be the discreetest of whips.
Steady, rascal. You have not trusted him.
Oh no, sir. He was indeed a little inquisitive, but I was sly, sir. Devilishly sly. My master, said I, honest Thomas, you know, one says honest to one's inferiors, is come to Bath to recruit. Yes, sir, to recruit.
Well, recruit will do. Let it be so.
Ah, sir, recruit will do surprisingly. I have told Mr. Thomas that your honour has already enlisted 5 disbanded chairmen, 7 minority waiters, and 13 billiard makers.
You blockhead! Never say more than is necessary.
I beg pardon, sir. I beg pardon.
Is Mr. Falkland returned?
He's upstairs, changing his dress. I think I hear him coming down.
Now for my whimsical friend. If he does not know that his mistress is here, I'll tease him a little before I tell him. Falkland, you're welcome to Bath again.
Yes, well, I had nothing to detain you. Once the business was done, I came on straight away. But, what news? Anything new between you and Lydia?
Faith must be as they were. I have not seen her since our quarrel. However, I expect to be recalled every hour.
But why don't you just persuade her to go off with you at once?
What, and lose 2/3 of her fortune? You forget that, my friend. No, I could have brought her to that long ago.
Nay, Jack, you trifle too long. If you are sure of her, you would write to the aunt in your own character, and then write to Sir Anthony for his consent.
Softly, softly, for though I am convinced my little Lydia would elope with me as Ainsley Beverley, yet am I not by no means certain that she would take me with the independence of our friends' consent. Well, but Falkland, you'll dine with us today at the hotel.
Indeed I cannot. I am not in spirits for such a party.
By heavens, I shall forswear your company. You are the most teasing, captious, incorrigible lover. You do love like a man.
I own I am unfit for company.
Am not I a lover? I? And a romantic one too. Yet do I carry everywhere with me such a confounded farrago of doubts, fears, hopes, wishes, and all that flimsy furniture of a country Mrs. Brain.
Ah, Jack, your heart, unlike mine, is not fixed immutably on one subject. You throw a large stake, but losing, you could stake and throw again. I have cast all my happiness on one subject, and to lose it would be stripped of all.
For heaven's sake, what grounds of apprehension can your whimsical brain conjure up at present?
What grounds for apprehension? What grounds for apprehension, did you say? Heavens, are there not 1,000? I fear her for her health, her spirits, her life. My absence may fret her, my anxiety for my return. Her fears for her health does not every hour bring me cause to be alarmed. If it rains, some shower may even have then chilled her delicate frame. If the wind be keen, some rude blast may have even affected her. The heat of the noon, the dews of the evening may endanger the life of her, for whom only I value mine. Oh, Jack, when delicate and feeling souls are separated, there is not a feature in the sky, not a movement of the elements, not an aspiration of the breeze, but hint to come cause and love and apprehension.
Aye, but we may choose whether we will take the hint or not. So then, Falkland, if you were convinced that Julia was well and in spirit, you would be entirely content.
I should be happy beyond measure. I am only anxious of that.
Miss Melville is in Bath and fine and well.
Nay, Jack, don't trifle with me.
Mr. Akers is arrived.
Ah, hello, Dupay. My hat.
Stay, Falkland, who lives within a mile of Sir Anthony.
My dear friend, noble captain and honest Jack. Facey, sir, your humble servant. What works on the road, Jack? I came as quick as a comet down as long as the mall.
Give me leave to introduce Mr. Falkland to you.
I'm heartily glad. Hey, Jack, is this Mr. Falkland who...
Aye, Bob. Miss Melville's Mr. Falkland.
Also, the farmer I did before me. Mr. Falkland, you're indeed a happy man.
Well, I have not seen Miss Melville yet. I do hope she enjoyed good spirits and health in Devonshire.
Never knew her better in my life, sir. Never better. I'll blush in blue. She was just as good as the German's bar.
Indeed, I did hear that she had been a little indisposed.
Quite the opposite, I assure you. Only to vex you. It was quite the reverse.
There, you see, Jack, she has the advantage of me. I had almost fretted myself ill.
Now are you being angry with your mistress for not being sick?
No. You misunderstand me. Yet surely a little trifling indisposition is just an unnatural consequence of absence from those that we love. Now confess that there isn't something unkind in this feeling health.
Oh, it was very unkind of her to be well in your absence, to be sure.
Good apartment, Jack.
Hey, so I suppose Miss Melville has been in high spirits, eh? I suppose she's been merry and gay in my absence.
Odds Mary's in cricket, sir. She's been the belle of the spirit wherever she has been. So entertaining and lively, so full of wit and humour.
There, Jack. You see, she has the advantage of me. There is an innate levity in women. Nothing can overcome.
Hampton, how foolish this is. Just now you were only apprehensive for your mistress's spirit.
Have I been the joy and spirit of the company?
No, indeed you have not.
Have I been lively and entertaining?
Oh, upon my word, I acquit you.
Have I been full of wit and humour?
No, Faith, to do you justice, you have been confoundedly stupid, indeed.
What's the matter with this gentleman?
He's only expressing his great satisfaction at hearing that Julia has been well and happy, that's all. Hey, Falkland.
Oh, I am rejoiced to hear it. She has a happy disposition.
That she has indeed. So accomplished, so sweet a voice, such mistress of flat and sharp. Oh, when that time came up, odds minims and court chats, she did sure drop it, this piano's current, sir.
There, we'll say to this. You see, she's been all mirth and song, and not a thought of me.
Foeman, is music not the food of love?
That maybe, but what's his damn name? Do you remember the songs Miss Melville sung?
Not I indeed.
Stay now, there were some pretty melancholy pearly steams there. I wondered perhaps you'd recollect. Did she sing? When absent from my soul's delight?
Not that.
Oh, gentle girls, gentle girls.
No, that was it. Oh, now I recollect one of them. My heart, my will is free.
Fool that I am, to fix my heart on such a trifler. Steph to make herself the heart and ballad monger of a ball, and a circle to soothe her light heart with catches and glees. What say you to that, sir?
Why, that I should be glad to hear your mistress has been so merry, sir.
No, I'm not sorry that she's been happy. Not at all. I would not have had her sad or sick at all. But surely a sympathetic heart can show this
The choice of a song.
the choice of song. She might have been temperately healthy or plaintively gay. Expect she's been dancing too, eh?
What does this gentleman say about dancing?
He says the lady we speak of dances as well as she sings.
Are you truly she came to our last race ball?
Hell and the devil! I told you so, I told you so! She thrives in my absence. I have been anxious, silent, pensive, sedentary. My days have been hours watching and waiting. She has been all mirth, happiness, song, dance. Dance!
For heaven's sake, Falkland, don't expose yourself. So she damaged. She has done. She has done. Does not the ceremony of society often oblige?
Well, our containers for 4 seconds, you say. So, Miss Davies, you are praising Miss Melville's manner of dancing.
If you're sure of that. I was going to speak for country dancing.
Country dances! Country dances! I should not have minded a minuet, I say. I should not have minded a minuet, but country dances? Zounds! Had she made one in a cotillion, I believe I could have forgiven even that. But to be monkey-legged for an evening in a country dance! To run the gauntlet for a string of amorous, palming puppies! Show paces like a managed filly! No, Jack. Can be but one man in the world who'd share in a country dance, and even then, the rest of the dancers shall be everybody else's great aunts and uncles.
I to be sure, grandfathers and grandmothers.
And if there be but one mind in the set, to spread like a contagion to action of their pulse, beats, lascivious movements, no quivering, warmed breath, sighs, impregnate the very air they breathe. The atmosphere becomes electrical to love. Each amorous spark leave you, I own I am somewhat flurried. And that confounded newbie has perceived it all.
Nay, but stay, Mr. Falkland. Thank Mr. Akers for his good news.
Damn his news!
Ha 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 ha. Poor Falkland. Not 5 minutes ago would anything in the world have given him uneasiness.
You don't think that man was angry at my praising of his mistress, was he?
A little jealous, I believe, Bob.
You don't say so. Jealous of me? That's a good joke.
Sir, there is a gentleman below desires to see you. Shall I show him into the parlour?
Aye, you may.
Well, I must be gone.
Stay. Who is it, Fag?
Your father, sir.
You puppy. Why didn't you show him up directly?
You have business with Sir Anthony, sir. I expect a message from Mrs. Malaprop in her lodgings. I've also said to my dear friend that Sir Lucius O'Trigger shall be here. Adieu, Jack, we shall meet at night. Odds, bottles and glasses.
Now for a parental lecture. I hope he has heard nothing of the business that has brought me here, and that the gout had held him fast in Devonshire with all my soul. Sir, I am delighted to see you. Your arrival at Bath made me apprehensive for your health.
Very apprehensive, I dare say, Jack. What, are you recruiting here, eh?
Yes, sir, I am on duty.
Well, Jack, I'm glad to see you, although I did not expect it, but I was going to write you on a matter of business. Jack, I've been considering that I grow old and infirm and shall not trouble you long.
But, sir, I have never seen you so strong and hearty, and I pray frequently that you may continue so.
Oh, your prayers may be heard. Well then, Jack, I have been considering that I'm so strong and stable, I may continue to plague you for a long time. Now, Jack, I'm sensible that the income of your commission, what I've hitherto allowed you, is but a small pittance for a lad of your spirit.
Sir, you are very good.
It's my wish while I live to have my boy make some figure in the world. I resolve, therefore, to fix you at once in a noble independence.
Sir, your kindness overpowers me. Such generosity makes the gratitude of living worthwhile and even better than filial affection.
I'm glad you're so sensible of my attention. You'll be master of a large estate in a few weeks.
Let my future life, sir, speak my gratitude, but...
I presume, sir, you do not wish for me to quit the army?
Oh, that's the be as your wife chooses.
A wife, sir?
Aye, settle up between you.
A wife, did you say, sir?
Aye, a wife. Well, did I not mention her before?
No, sir, not a word of her.
Oh, I must have forgotten her. Yes, Jack, the independence I was talking of is by marriage. The fortune is saddled with a wife, but I suppose that makes no difference.
You talk to me of an independence, but not a word of a wife.
What difference does it make? Odds life, sir. If you have an estate, you must take it the livestock on it, as it stands.
Sir, it is very unreasonable to summon a girl for my love.
But you know nothing of.
No, nothing of.
It's more unreasonable you to object to a lady you know nothing of.
Then, sir, I must tell you plainly that my inclinations are fixed on another. My heart is engaged to an angel.
Then pray that it send an excuse. It's very sorry, but business prevents its waiting on her.
But my vows are pledged to her.
Let her close, Jack, let her close. They're not worth redeeming. Besides, you have the angel's vows in exchange, I suppose, and there can be no loss there.
You must excuse me, sir. If I tell you once and for all that in this I cannot obey you.
Harky, Jack, I've heard you for some time with patience. I've been cool, quite cool. But take care. You know I'm compliance itself, and I'm not thwarted. No one more easily than when I have my own way. But don't put me in a frenzy!
Sir, I must repeat it. In this I cannot obey you.
Now damn me if I ever call you Jack again while I live.
Nay, sir, but hear me.
I will tell you not a word. So give me your promise by a nod. I tell you what, Jack, I mean you dog. If I don't buy...
What, sir? Link myself to some mass of ugliness to...
Sound, sirrah. The lady shall be as ugly as I choose. She shall have a hump on each shoulder. She shall be as crooked as a crescent. Her one eye shall roll like the balls in Gothic Museum. She shall have a skin like a mummy, and the beard of a Jew. She shall be all this, sirrah. This I'll make you over her all day, and sit up all night to write sonnets to her beauty.
This is reason and moderation indeed.
None of your sneering, puppy. No grinning jackanapes.
Indeed, sir, I never was worth a mirth for humour in my life.
'Tis false, sir. I know you're laughing in your sleep. I know you'll grin when I'm gone, sir.
Sir, I hope I know my duty best.
None of your passion, sir. None of your violence, if you please. It won't do with me, I promise you.
Indeed, sir, I never was cooler in my life.
It's a confounded lie. I know you are impassioned in your heart. I know you are. You hypocritical young dog. It won't do.
Nay, sir, upon my word.
You will fly out. You can't be cool like me. Oh, you sneer again. Don't provoke me. You dog. You play upon the meekness of my disposition. But mark, I give you 6 hours and a half to consider. I confound you. I may in time forgive you if not sounds. Don't enter the same hemisphere. Don't dare to breathe the same air or use the same light with me. Get an atmosphere and sun of your own. I'll disown you. I'll disinherit you. I'll unget you. And damn me if I ever call you Jack again.
Mild, gentle, considerate. Considerate, father. I kiss your hand. What a tender method of giving. His opinion in these matters, Sir Anthony has. I dare not trust him with the truth. I wonder what old wealthy hag it is he wants to bestow on me. Yet, he himself married for love, and was in his youth a bold intriguer and a gay companion.
Assuredly, sir, your father was a waif to a degree. He comes downstairs 8 or 10 steps at a time, muttering, growling, and thumping the banister all the way. I, and the cook's dog, start bowing at the door. Whack! He gives me a stroke on the head with his cane, and bids me carry that to my master. Then, picking a porter and spit into the area, damns us all, for a puppy trying for it. Upon my credit, sir, were I in your place and found my father such very bad company, I should certainly drop his acquaintance.
Cease your impertinence, sir, at present. Did you not come here for anything more?
Sir Anthony trims my master. He is afraid to reply to his father, and invents a spleen on poor fag. When one is vexed by one person, to avenge oneself on another, who happens to come in the way? The vilest injustice. It shows the worst temper. The basest.
Mr. Fag, your master calls you.
Well, you little dirty puppy, you need not bawl so. The meanest disposition.
Quick, Mr. Fag.
Quick. You impotent jackanapes. Am I to be commanded by you too? Insolent, impotent, stitch bred.
So, I shall have another rival to add to my mistress's list, Captain Absolute. However, I shall not write his name until I have received notice in form. Poor Acres is dismissed. Well, I have done him a last friendly office in letting him know when he expects to hear from his dear Delia, as he calls her. I wonder he's not here, and I have a little scruple of conscience from his deceit, though I should not be paid so well if my hero knew that Delia was near 50 and her own mistress.
Ha! My little ambassadress. Upon my conscience, I've been looking for you on the North Parade this half hour.
Oh, Gemini and I have been...
Ha! Maybe that was the reason we did not meet. 'Twas very comical too. Ha! Now then, my little girl, have you got nothing for me?
Well, of course. Here is a letter.
Ah, Faith, I knew you would not come empty-handed. Sir, there is often a sudden incentive impulse in love that has a greater induction than years of domestic combination. Such was the commotion I felt when the first superfluous view of Sir Lucius O'Trigger. Very pretty, upon my word. Female punctuation forbids me to say more. Yet let me add that it will give me joy infallible to find Sir Lucius worthy of the last criterion of my affections. Delia, upon my conscience, Lucy, your lady is a great mistress of language. Faith, she is quite the queen of the dictionary. For the devil a word dare refuse, coming at her call. One would think she is quite out of hearing.
Aye, sir, a lady of her experience.
Experience? At 17?
Oh, true, sir, but then she reads so. My stars, how will she read offhand?
Well, she must be very well read to write this way. But I wonder, she must be a very arbitrary writer. For there are many few errors in this letter, pressed into the pages, that would get their habeas corpus at any court in Christendom.
Sir Lucius, if you were to hear how she talks of you.
Oh, tell her I'll make her the best husband in the world, and Lady O'Trigger into the bargain. But we must get the old gentlewoman's consent and do everything fairly.
Nay, Sir Lucius, I hadn't thought you were so rich.
Upon my word, young woman, you have hit it right on the head. I am so poor that I can't afford to do a dirty action. If I didn't want money, I'd steal your mistress away, and her fortune with a great deal of pleasure. However, my pretty girl, here's a little something to buy you a ribbon. Meet me in the evening, and I'll give you to answer to all of this.
Blood, Sir Lucius, I've never seen such a gentleman. My lady won't like it if you're so impudent.
Ha! My dear Lucy, modesty is a quality in men more praised by women than liked. Now then, if your mistress asks if Sir Lucius gave you a kiss, tell her 50, I say, 50.
What, would you have me tell her a lie?
Ah, you baggage. I'll make it a truth presently.
For shame now, here is someone coming.
Oh, I'll quiet your conscience.
So, Mum, I humbly beg pardon.
Oh, love, Mr. Fagg, you flurry one so.
Come, Lucy. A little less simplicity with a grain or two more sincerity, if you please. You play false with us, madam. I saw you give the baronet a letter. My master shall know this.
You gentleman's gentleman is so hasty. That letter was from Mrs. Malaprop Simpleton. She has taken with Sir Lucius's address.
What? Oh, taste some people have. Suppose I have walked by a window 100 times. But what says a young lady? Any message from my master?
Sad news, Mr. Fagg, a worse rival than Acres. Sir Anthony Absolute has proposed to his son.
What, Captain Absolute?
Even so, I overheard it all.
Oh, very good, Faith. I should away with the news.
Well, you may laugh, but it is true, I assure you. But Mr. Fagg, tell your master not to be downcast by this.
Oh, he'll be so disconsolate.
And charge him not to think of quarrelling of young Absolute. Bid him keep up his spirits.
We will.
She's just as Fagg told me indeed. Whimsical enough. Faith, he is planning for me to marry the very lady that I'm planning to run away with. Here he comes. He looks plaguely gruff.
No, I'll die sooner than forgive him. Die, did I say? I lived these 50 years to plague him. At our last meeting, his impudence had almost put me out of temper. Obstinate, passionate, self-willed boy. Who can he take after? This is my return for getting him before all his brothers and sisters for putting him, at 12 years old, into a marching regiment, allowing him £50 a year besides his pay ever since. Down with him! He's anybody's son for me. I will never see him more. Never, never, never.
Now for a penitential face. Sir, you see a penitent before you.
I see an impudent scoundrel before me.
A sincere penitent. I am come, sir, to acknowledge my error and to submit entirely.
What's that?
I have been reflecting on my own past goodness and kindness and willingness.
Well, sir.
The result of my reflection is to follow your will.
Why, now you talk sense. Absolute sense. I never heard anything more sensible in my life. Confound you, you should be Jack again.
I am happy in the appellation.
Why then, Jack, my dear Jack, I will inform you who the lady really is. Nothing but your passion and violence, you silly fellow, rendered my telling you at first. Prepare, Jack, for wonder and rapture. What think you of Miss Lydia Languish?
Languish? The languishes of Worcestershire?
Worcestershire? No. Did you ever meet Mrs. Malaprop and her niece, Miss Languish, who came into your country just before you were last ordered to your regiment?
Malaprop? Languish? I don't remember ever to recall those names before. Yet stay. I think I do recollect something. Languish. Languish? She squints, doesn't she? Little red-haired girl.
Squints? A red-haired girl? Zounds, no.
Then I must have forgotten. It can't be the same person.
Jack, what think you of blooming, love-breathing 17?
As to that, sir, I am knowing quite indifferent. If I can please you, it is all as I desire.
Nay, but Jack, such eyes, so innocently wild, so bashfully irresolute. Not a glance but speaks and kindles some thoughts of love. Then Jack, her cheeks, so deeply blushing. Then her lips, oh Jack, her lips, smiling more sweetly, more lovely in sullenness.
That's she indeed? Well done, old gentleman.
Her neck, Jack, her neck.
And which is to be mine, the aunt or the niece?
Why, you unfeeling, sensible puppy, I despise you. When I was your age, such a description would have made me fly like a rocket. The aunt indeed, odds life, when I ran away with your mother, I would not have touched anything old or ugly to gain an empire.
Not to please your father, sir.
To please my father, sir. To please my father. Oh, so, yes, my father had desired. That's quite another matter, though he wasn't the indulgent father that I am, Jack.
I dare not say not.
But Jack, you're not sorry to find your mistress so beautiful?
Sir, I repeat it, 'tis all I desire. That's not a thing of woman were being of handsome. But sir, if you please to recollect the forehint of something, of a hump, one eye, and a few more flourishes.
Phlegmatic sort it is. Why, sinner, you're an anchorite, a vile, insensible stock. You a soldier, you're a walking block. Odds my life, I've a great mind to marry the girl myself.
I am entirely at your disposal, sir. If you should think of addressing Miss Languish yourself, as opposed of you would have me marry the aunt, or if you should change your mind and take the old lady, 'tis all the same to me. I'll marry the niece.
Upon my word, Jack, thou'rt either a very great hypocrite or... But come, I know your indifference in such a subject must all be a lie. I'm sure it must. Now, damn your demure face. Come, confess, Jack, you've been lying, haven't you? You've been playing the hypocrite, eh? I'll never forgive you if you haven't been lying and playing the hypocrite.
I'm sorry, sir, but the respective duty that which I bear to you should be mistaken.
Hang your respect and duty. But come along with me. I'll write a note to Mrs. Malaprop. You should visit the lady directly. Her eye shall be the Promethean torch to you. Come along. I'll never forgive you if you don't come back stark mad with rapture and impatience. If you don't, egad, I will marry the girl myself.
They told me Julia would return directly. But I wonder she has not yet come. How mean does this captious, unsatisfied temper of mine appear to my cooler judgment? Yet I am conscious of it. What tender, honest joy sparkled in her eyes when we met. Wait, she is coming. Yes, I know the nimbleness of her tread.
I'd not hoped to see you again so soon.
Well, could I, Julia, could I be contented with our first welcome, restrained as we were by the presence of a third person?
Oh, Falkland. Though you thus make me so happy, let me not consider that I discovered something of coldness in your first invitation.
No. I was glad to hear of your return, of your health and good spirits. Sure, I had no cause for coldness.
Nay then, I see you've taken something ill. Do not conceal from me what it is.
Well then, I shall own to you that upon my hearing of your return by your neighbour Acres, I was somewhat concerned to hear about your good health and high spirits, of your mirth and singing and dancing. Not a thought of me.
May I not cease to tax my Falkland with this teasing minute caprice?
No, I am happy if you have been so. Just say that you did not sing with mirth. Say that you fought a Falkland in the dance.
I can never be happy in your absence. I've often dressed sorrows and smiles, lest my friend choose guests whose unkindness has caused my tears.
Oh, you were ever all goodness to me. What a brute I am, when I but admit a doubt of your true constancy.
For what quality must I love you?
For no quality. As a person, I have often wished myself deformed, so that I knew that you owed no obligation to me at all.
I've often seen men who, in this vain article, might rank above you, but my heart has never asked my eyes if it were so or not.
It's not well from you, Julia. I despise a person in a man. Yet, if you love me as I wish, though I were an Ethiop, you'd think none so fair.
I see you determined to be unkind. The contract in which my poor father bound us together gives you more than a lover's privilege.
Oh, Julia, you raise my ideas that justify my doubts. I would not have been more free. Perhaps your high respect alone for this solemn compact has fettered your inclinations. And you would not love me even though I wished it.
Well, try me now. Let us be as free as strangers.
There now, so hasty, Julia, so anxious to be free.
You tortured me to the heart. I cannot bear it.
I do not mean to distress you, Julia. If I loved you less, I would not have an uneasy moment. Women are not used to weigh and separate out motives and affections. The cold prudence and filial duty may sometimes be mistaken for pleadings of the heart.
I know not whither your institutions would tend, but as they seem pressing to insult me, spare the regret of having done so. I have given you no cause for this.
Julia? Julia? Come back! Stay, Julia! Oh, the door is fastened. Julia! Julia! She's not coming back. Stead. I hear her coming. No steadiness in anything. She's coming back. No. No, she's not coming back. No, this is not steadiness, but obstinacy! And yet I deserve it. After such an absence, to quarrel with her tenderness. 'Tis barbarous and unmanly. Wait. Sound. She is coming back. She is. Her going away must have been a mere trick. I'll affect indifference. No, Zan, she's not coming back. No, I don't intend it. Julia! It's no use. I'll just wait until her resentment is abated. But then, when I quarrel with her, I will lose her forever. And be linked instead to some antique virago, whose gnawing passions and long-hoarded spleen will make me curse my folly half the day and all the night.
One would think that now I might be thrown off all the disguises at once and seize my prize with the security. But such is Lydia's caprice that to undeceive were probably to lose her. I'll see whether she knows me.
Oh, what a scene am I now to go through? Surely nothing could be as dreadful than to be obliged to listen to the loathsome addresses of a stranger to one's heart. I've heard of girls persecuted as I am, who have appealed in behalf of their favoured lovers to the generosity of their rivals. I suppose I ought to try it. There stands the hated rival. An officer too. Ugh. Oh, how unlike my Beverly. I wonder, he don't begin. Truly, he seems a very negligent wooer. I'll speak first. Mr. Absolute? Oh heavens! Beverly! Beverly!
Hush, hush, my love. Be not surprised.
I am so astonished, and so terrified, and so overjoyed. Ooh, let's sit down. Oh, heaven's sake, how can you hear?
Briefly, I have deceived you on. I was informed that my own rival was to visit here this evening, and contriving to have kept him away, have passed over on the captain for myself as Captain Absolute.
Oh, charming. And she really takes you for young Absolute?
Oh, she's convinced of it. But we trifle with our precious moments. Such another opportunity may not occur. Then let me conjure my kind and my condescending angel to fix the time when I may rescue her from undersolving persecution, and with a licensed warmth plead for my reward.
Will you then, Beverly, consent to forfeit that portion of my paltry wealth? That burden on the wings of love?
Oh, come to me, rich only this, in loveliness. Bring me portion to me, but thy love. 'Twill be generous in you, Lydia, for, well, you know, it is the only dower you, poor Beverly, can repay.
How persuasive are his words. How charming will poverty be with him.
The world affords no smile, but to me, here, if she holds out now, the devil's in it.
Now could I fly with him to the antipodes.
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 Sorry. But my persecution is not yet come to a crisis.